Tonight, as we continue our Searching for Solutions series as tackling our community's biggest challenges, the unsheltered crisis, we are focusing on a growing concern. Seniors without a place to call home. The number of homeless Americans over the age of 65 is expected to more than double in the next 5 years. And for many, it will be their first time experiencing homelessness. I'm here with NBC News' Stephanie Goss, who traveled here to Arizona, where older adults are struggling with skyrocketing rents and triple-digit heat. Stephanie, you traveled here from New York to highlight this issue. Out of all the places you could have gone, why Arizona? What stood out to you about what's happening here?
Right. I mean, listen, Monica, you know this problem so well, right? It's skyrocketing rents, which obviously affect everybody, but it's really affecting seniors. And especially those seniors who are trying to live on Social Security checks. Those Social Security checks don't come anywhere near the amount of money that they need. For instance, one of the characters that we spoke to, this 73-year-old man, had a job for decades, a family, even a 401k. But he needed that paycheck, and when his eyesight started to go, he lost his job.
And Stephanie, our series is called Searching for Solutions, the Unsheltered Crisis. And you spoke with all these folks out there. I mean, what do you think the solution is? Is it advising people to save well before they, get older? Or, in your opinion, what is the solution to the unsheltered crisis here in our state?
You definitely have to consider the fact that you have to save, but also we have to consider the fact, I think, as a country, that there are people who cannot save, that there are jobs that don't allow them to save. And we should take better care of our senior citizens. We should figure out a way to make sure that there are systems in place and that it's a message that is spread to people when they are in their earnings years to save, right? And be ready for something that Social Security checks just can't cover.
All right, Stephanie. Well, thank you so much for coming out here to Arizona and sharing your insights.
It looks like we got to go out to Monica Garcia, who's actually in that heat out there. I almost forgot about you, Monica. So sorry. Of course, with that heat, brings Swim Fest 2025 all summer long. We're teaching, and you're teaching the little ones the ABCs of water safety through our Lifesaver campaign. And that's where we can find Monica Garcia live downtown at the Los Family YMCA, where free swim lessons are underway right now. Monica, how does it feel out there in this crazy heat?
We're lucky, Matt. We are in a covered pool area, and we've been staying in the shade. And that's what I recommend people. If you're going to go outside, even if you go poolside in your backyard at your rec center, just make sure you have that nice umbrella, a little shaded area. And I promise you the temperature is like a 10-degree difference. And then I keep walking back to the pool and splash in the back of my neck. The idea is to stay hydrated as well as drinking a bottle of water. I'd say every 30 minutes, that's what we're doing out here. But I'm also making friends, Matt, out here at the News 4 Tucson at Lifesaver Swim Fest. I have my new buddy, Aries. How you doing, Aries?
Good.
Okay, so what brings you out here today?
I'm here to practice my swimming and to exercise.
Ooh, let me see some of the moves. Like, what moves have you learned?
So far I haven't learned that much, but I'm still practicing to breathe underwater for 10 seconds.
Oh, 10 seconds? Try to get to 20 seconds next time.
Okay.
I'm just playing. Follow whatever the instructors say, okay? This is going to be incredible for you. You came out here with your nana. You're in your summer break, correct? All right. Well, give me a big high five. I want to be cheering you on, man. Yeah, he's excited. Are you excited?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. You can go with nana. Hi, guys. So that's what we're seeing. We're meeting all kinds of kids who are on their summer break. Moms and dads didn't have to work today for Juneteenth, so they've come out here, and it's been a great turnout, guys. Meeting friends like Aries, who is 9 years old. All ages are welcome, as far as 6 months to 14 years old, for those free swim classes. And a lot of the kids I talk to say, hey, I've only had one swim class. Aries says he kind of knows how to swim, but they do need a refresher, and that's what a lot of people are doing for the summer. We all like to go to the different rec centers and neighborhood pool in your backyard, and it is nice to come out here for free. That's the important part. Sit with one of these lifeguards, sit with one of these instructors, and have them kind of just go over the moves with you, the safe way to be out here, the safe way to swim, and the best part is to have fun. So we are going to be out here from now until 6:30 with the free swim lessons. We hope you join us. If you can't, you can go to our website, because we're going to be doing this several times a month, and you can always sign up to our next News 4 Tucson Swim Fest event. Sean, back to you.
All right, Monica, we know it's hot out there, but a lot of good work being done. And What do we know at this point about this new FBI recovered video and images?
I mean, Sean, this is a major step in the investigation. I mean, clearly we're back out here standing in front of Nancy Guthrie's house, but we are getting a better picture of the moment someone walked up to her home. They stood in that arched doorway behind me, someone who clearly had an address, someone who clearly came with tools, and possibly the intent, it appears, of causing someone else harm. And that video is chilling. This is a piece of the puzzle investigators say they've been missing. Early in the investigation, the FBI and Pima County Sheriff's Department told us the cameras outside Nancy's house were not backed up to the cloud, that there was no subscription, leading us to believe there was no video, that it was lost. In the video, the person appears dressed in long sleeves, khaki pants. They have sneakers on, gloves, possibly wearing 2 sets of gloves, and is carrying a backpack. And at least one clip, investigators say a holstered gun is visible at the person's waist, and you can see the person walking up to the front archway. They're tampering with the doorbell camera, the Nest camera, first reaching towards the lens and then using nearby plants to block the camera's view, we believe. Investigators say the person keeps their head tilted downward as they move, possibly to avoid being identified. Okay, so many have been asking why it took 10 days for these images to be released. According to NBC News, it came with help from a private sector. That means possibly help from a tech company, possibly help from Nest. Investigators were able to recover footage using what they described as a back-end system. That's what they're calling it, a back-end system. And this is very helpful, obviously. Now investigators are urging business owners and homeowners, as they narrow down that time frame, to look closely at these images. I know that we showed you the video. Now we're showing you these still pictures, and hopefully you recognize this person. They say someone out there knows this person, and obviously the recognizable things, distinct items like that backpack, like that distinct jacket or hoodie that this person is wearing with those reflective patches. Officials say recovering the footage required assistance. So here we are now, and investigators say the process took time, but ultimately it did allow them to recover the images, right? Okay, it took time, but we got to see these images, and now we get sort of another piece in this puzzle, another tool for the community to really narrow down that time and figure out, hey, you know, maybe I can check my camera, maybe I can go back to that time and see if I recognize this person. Do I recognize the eye area of this person, distinct eyebrow? Okay, so there is a lot to say, and obviously they still have that $50,000 reward still being offered by the FBI. I have seen more investigators out here on the scene. They're back going door to door out here, possibly showing the community a better image, because with this now, guys, we now have that piece that we can grasp onto, right, to help in the search right here in our community. Sean.
Fire station number 7 near Pima Street in Arcadia, collecting toys, food, and diapers for families in need. And News 4 Tucson's Monica Garcia is there for it all, waiting for you to drop by with your donations. Monica.
You know what's even better than toys, than diapers, than food is a way to buy all those. When you drop off cash like this, when you drop off checks like this, if it's easier for you, we will take it, okay? I found a friend over here. His name is Bob, although he kind of looks like someone else. I really dig in that shirt. How's it going, and what brings you out here?
What brings me out here, sorry.
They look good. You look good without them.
We donate every year to the food bank, and there's a special meaning to the Marines. I had a little boy that I coached in Little League who was a Marine, and he died when he was over in Iraq. So every year there's a check here in memory of Sergeant Aaron Blum. The diaper bank is a need for the community, but most of all the food bank. And that's, you know, when you've been hungry before and then you're not anymore, it's very easy to make a contribution. So we've presented checks to the food bank, and I'll give you the checks for the Toys for Tots and the diaper bank.
Look what he came up with, guys. Imagine that. We're here on the corner. You can't miss us, the big blue tent. You park right there on the side, and I turned around and I said, well, that guy's got a great shirt. And then he came with checks, and I thought, well, what a terrific human to come out here and to do that. And we do appreciate that. We appreciate your heartfelt story. I mean, that's, you know, that's powerful. So thank you so much for coming out. We appreciate it, and that's what the season's all about, guys. So we're going to be here till 4:30 to 6:30. From now to 6:30, we've got the Marines here. I'm going to talk to them in a second because all these the toys are piling up. But like they just said, we need so much more. This does not meet the demand. Sean, I'm going to check back with you in a little bit as we start wrapping this up and maybe making room for some more. And we hope to see everyone out here. Back to you.
All right. Can't wait to hear more of those stories. Thanks, Monica.
All right, of course, thank you for that update. We do have new details this afternoon after someone set a hotel on fire on the west side. So the brazen scene all caught on camera, and now workers hope you recognize the man in this video. So take a look, the video right there. The man walks up to the reception desk, pours out some sort of liquid, a substance, and look at this. A fire erupts. It happened yesterday afternoon at the Grand Lux Hotel on Grant Road near I-10. We spoke to the security guard on the scene who says he stepped away from the desk to assist another guest. He ran back to his station when he heard the fire alarms going off. He says he quickly jumped into action, grabbing the fire extinguisher before it could spread any further. Tucson Fire is now investigating. In the meantime, the hotel workers hope that video we just showed you will help law enforcement capture that man. Coming up at 6 p.m., we're going to hear from that security guard who did spring into action to help save the hotel.